Okay, we're going to talk about an advanced play. Now, let's say you chose the team, where is it? Shoot. You chose Shoot, right? Now, Shoot has an ability called Aim. Now, Aim does plus 1 heart of shoot damage, okay? Every other turn, because it has the symbol every other turn, utilizing our moons, which we learned about in the first video. Okay, now, if you were smart, you teamed up and you claimed Boost before your opponent. Now, Boost has both Super and Add. This is where it gets a little bit crazy because we now have 3 moons going at once, but this did take 3 turns. So, the first thing you did was increase Shoot's 2 damage to 3 hearts, right? 3 damage, 3 hearts. Then, you said, I'm using Boost, who dies in 1 hit basically, and you have to hide him in the back, to add 3 more hearts. That's now 6 hearts of damage. But to do it, you had to sacrifice his turn and his attack turn. And they had to be touching. Okay. Let's say we keep hiding Shoot in the back. It's now another turn. You can't stack it. Okay, I know you want to stack it, but you can't. You can't just sit in the back and stack it till you have an attack that does 999 damage. It's not how this game works. Some cards in the series will say stacks 2, 3, 4, never forever. But because Boost and Add are 2 different effects, you can add all of them together. Meaning 3 plus 3 plus 1, that's 7 hits. And if you look at certain cards, Heal, 3 hits, going down in 1 hit. 3 hits, going down in 1 hit. 3 hits, going down in 1 hit. And if you somehow had Boost, it wouldn't help you. Oh no, it removes the flip. Boost down in 1 hit, as it has the most health. But, let's say you got a monster like Speedy, who has 7 health. Because you hid Shoot in the back of the map, and you had all of your other monsters just bumping it up, that means you need to use a monster that doesn't die in 1 hit to charge in and take down Shoot as he uses his 1 supercharged attack. It's a very advanced move. It's probably one of the strongest things you could do in the starter pack. But there are ways to beat it, right? Like you hide behind the wall. And that means that Shoot can't get to you. But then Shoot could also utilize the wall. You also could use someone like Shock. The moment Shock hits you, you no longer can use that super attack until you move out of it. Right? Which means you have this opportunity to just beat the crap out of Shoot until he's gone. As Shoot only has 7 hearts, right? Now, if you guys had 2 booster packs, you would see who could shoot Shoot first, and then Shoot would go down, right? But then you have to recharge the whole attack. And then pulling that off also requires you to phase your monsters into play correctly, right? If you were to put Buff down first, you can't boost Gun, right? Or Shoot. So you'd want to put down Shoot first, then you'd put down Buff, right? And then you would want to block Shoot with, like, probably Muscle, Shock, anybody. Just put someone in front that's not your boosting minion Buff, right? Or Shoot, because then Shoot will get hit. When Shoot's ready, you move 1 square out of the way, you take your shot when your move phase is over. Alright? Very confusing. But like Boost has power plus 1. He can just simply add 1 as long as he's behind a monster with a physical attack. Like if you were to put him directly behind Muscle, as you move up the field, Muscle could just always have 3 hits instead of only 2, which gets super annoying. Especially if you're playing easy mode and you're just hanging out on the heal square. It's the only way you're going to eventually break down that monster. But let's say you have Nurse, who is next to Boost, and behind it is, or no, Muscle, and then Boost is behind him on the field. You keep healing, you keep boosting, and you keep attacking whatever monster is directly in front of you. So there's multiple ways to cheat the game to get just crazy. Oh yeah, Inner Hum. It allows you to boost him again. So if you had this one and this one, you now do 1-hit kills. But you got to sacrifice the entire team's entire an entire attack phase for an entire turn after you put all 3 cards down. So if your opponent were to choose these 3 cards, you already know what the heck they're going to do. You need to put Speedy up in there and run in there and just take out Boost or Buff, or try and take out this one, Void, or try and take out Shoot. So there's definitely strategy to it depending on which cards you play or you pick. Alright, we're going to talk about picking your monsters. The way I like to do it when I teach people how to play it, but you don't have to, is you put all the cards on the table. And then you do something called taking turns. It's getting complicated again. You could flip to see who goes first if you want. But then you take turns. You say, okay, I'm taking Shock. And then your opponent says, well, then I'm taking Muscle. And then you say, I really want to go for Boost. And so now you have your 1 minion on a regular play. Then you're like, all right, well, then I'm taking Shoot. Then I'm taking Speedy. And then I'm taking Buff. Bam. And then one of you picks one of the 2 starter obstacles, right? If you both have a starter set, you could both choose the same of anything. It's up to you. All right. That was it. Thank you so much for understanding a little bit about advanced play.